morning and welcome back to the Mountain Medics YouTube channel. My name is Skylar Bainbridge and today I'm so excited to get to go over the 8-line with you. Why are they so important to know, how to use them, and how to call them out. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. This here is the 8-line. This is going to be used for our medical incident reporting or when we have an incident within an incident. So we are operating on the fire, that's an incident. Now an accident occurs, someone is injured. Now we are going to be responding to an incident within the fire. So let's go ahead and just start at the top and make our way to the bottom, explaining how you would fill out each section. And then at the end of the video, we're going to be going over a full demonstration of what a proper 8-line is, how it looks when it's filled out, and how it sounds when it is reported. So up in the top here, you can see the first step is to contact communications or the dispatch that we are under. They are going to be referred to generally as the name of the fire and then communications. So if I was on the red fire, it would be Red Fire Communications. This is, and now my designated call sign. So let's say Mountain Medics Ambulance 2. Red Fire Communications, this is Mountain Medics Ambulance 2. Stand by for emergency traffic. And then we're going to unqueue on the mic and we're going to be waiting for their response. They're going to generally come back with, copy Mountain Medics 2, you have emergency traffic. All resources be advised that emergency traffic will be on command. Please do not use command until it has been cleared of medical traffic. And this is just telling everyone on the fire that's listening to command that they're not allowed to speak while you are trying to give your 8-line, as you are trying to give out an emergency report, and you would be interrupted if someone were to report something else over the command channel. So they reserve the command channel for you. They'll let you know to go ahead, and then we're going to continue with our 8-line. We're going to go ahead and begin this whole next section right here. This is number 2, the incident status, starting with the severity of the emergency. So is it red, priority 1, yellow, priority 2, or is it green, priority 3? Priority 1 being life or limb threatening injuries or illnesses, and priority 3 being very minor injuries and illnesses, and it's considered a non-emergency transport. Once we've assessed our patient, we're going to get the nature of illness or the mechanism of injury. That's going to go here. Here's our evacuation request, and so if we need a resource, if we are a solo resource on the line and we need an ambulance, this is where we'd request it. Or if we're planning to fly him out via a medevac, this is also where we would request the resource. Here's the patient's current location. And so if you are with the patient, this is going to include your latitude and longitude. Incident name, this is going to not be the incident name of the fire, but the incident within the incident. And so if it has not already been named, you would pick the geographic name of close to where you're at, and you would assign that, and you would say, this is the Pickle Creek incident. On-scene incident commander is going to be your highest level of operator out on the line, and so if you already have your safety officer or your division supervisor on scene, they will assume this role. Otherwise, if it is just you and your partner, you will have your EMT partner assume the role of on-scene IC for this incident. Patient care will be under whoever has the highest level of medical training. So if that is you, as soon as you arrive, you will assume primary patient provider. So you put your designator here. In here, this is the initial patient assessment. This is going to include the age, weight, and overall assessment of the injury or illness, including with an OPQRST and a sample. We are not going to be using any HIPAA information over the radio. We are not going to use names or designators. And then we're going to give an overall assessment of the patient along with vitals that include your blood pressure, heart rate, respiratory rate, and SpO2. Next is the treatment that has been provided so far and the treatment that you are planning to give. Your evacuation plan will include where you wish to meet for the evacuation. So if you are going to rendezvous with a local ambulance, where is that at? Is that at a junction on a highway somewhere, or is that at an LZ? Provide the coordinates. Standard coordinates we always use are degrees, decimal, minutes, northwest. So, for example, I'm going to read this 41 degrees, 19 decimal 285 minutes north by 122 degrees, 19 decimal 283 minutes west. That's how you would call out a Latin long. Also give the patient's ETA to these areas. as best as you can, so that way the medical unit leader can also understand that you are comprising the best plan for the fastest and best transport available for this patient. If there are known hazards, or you can give an approximate site size of the LZ, you would put that here. If you need additional help, including medical resources or just even a water tender to wet down an LZ, you would put this here and make sure that that is known. 6 is communications. We are going to be listing our set of channels that we are operating in within this incident within an incident. So what is the command channel that is best for us to reach out on, i.e. the closest repeater, our air to ground? What channel we're going to use to reach out to the medevac ship if they are coming in and we're being their ground contact. And lastly, our tactical channel, our local channel for our division. Number 7, your contingency plan. Should your primary plan not go as you thought, you requested an air ambulance, however none are able to respond, they're too busy, the weather's bad, or the LZ doesn't work, communications is going to let you know, and you should be ready with your contingency plan to transport the next way possible, either via ambulance or some other means of transport. So this is going to go here. And then lastly, if you have any additional information to add to your current plan, that would go here. Generally, we end this with, we will update with ETAs and the patient condition as needed, and then we're going to break for questions and orders. At this time, communications is going to let you know whether or not they received all the information. They're going to repeat back to you for confirmation, so be sure you're ready, and then they're going to update you with the requested equipment that you have provided for your plan. Why are 8 lines important? 8 lines are the standard practice that allows us to be able to give good medical information about our patient when an accident happens, and to receive the resources needed to give that patient the best outcome and to go home at night and off the line. So why don't we start by looking at a few examples of what not to do when delivering an 8 line. He's not breathing. Oh no. What do I do? What do I do? 8 line. Got one in my pocket. Hang on. Hang on. I haven't used it. Oh no. Time for that. Help. Someone on me. Man down. My location.
Whoever is on the radio, please identify yourself and your location.
See here, okay. He's got a pulse, he's breathing. All right, tell me what happened, let's see. I'm gonna start filling out an 8 line while I start giving care here, okay? And then I'm gonna have my partner call it in, okay? All right. Here, I need you to call that in. What the? How am I supposed to call this in? There's no information on here. Plus, I can't read half of it. I'm gonna have to refill it out. Patience. Hi, my name's Skylar. This is my partner, Skylar. We're going to be taking care of your friend here today. So why don't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about what happened? He's going to start filling out an 8 line while I give care, okay? Looks like he's got a obvious contusion to the head. I'm checking his pupils. Looks like one's blown, one is pinpoint, okay. And he might have some swelling going on. So I think I'm going to check his blood pressure here and check. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call it in. Communications, this is Mountain Medics. Ambulance 2. I have a yellow priority 2 patient suffering from bilateral hematomas to the cerebellum, looking at some hydrocephalus along with hypertension and hypovolemia. Over.
Mountain Medics, this is communication. Could you please repeat your traffic?
I'll repeat. Hypo. Let me start over. Yellow priority. Those are really rough to watch for me because those are super improper 8 lines, and unfortunately when we give an improper 8 line, it's going to only end up making our patient suffer for our lack of preparation. So a few key things to help when preparing for an 8 line. Don't use huge medical jargon. Our communications are very smart, but they're not emergency medical dispatchers. So use more plain, simple language, but use language that's going to get your information clear and concise and paint a good picture to communications for the resources that you need. Be sure to fill out the 8 line prior to delivering. Even a professional is going to get hung up and not give all the information needed if they just try to go off of it by memory. I have to write it down multiple times and make sure that I have it in front of me and I just read it off. That way I give good information for the patient's benefit. And lastly, when you are filling out an 8 line, make sure you're using clear text language and that you're writing in a way that is eligible, because you might run into the scenario where you fill out the 8 line, but you are not the one delivering the 8 line. You might have to pass it off to a coworker or to someone else out on the line. So make sure you're writing eligibly, and that way we can talk clearly and concisely. If you haven't already, please check out our radio etiquette videos, as this will also help show a lot of things of what not to do on a radio and help you deliver a proper 8 line. And without further ado, let's take a look at what a good 8 line looks like, and we'll break it down and discuss. All right, is this our patient? Okay. Hey, my name is Skylar Bainbridge. This is my partner, Skylar Bainbridge. I'm gonna be giving you some treatment today. And me and my partner are gonna help get a plan together to help get you out of here, okay? So while I give treatment, he's gonna be filling out an 8 line. So why don't you go ahead and start by telling us a little bit about yourself. What's your name? What's hurting? What's going on? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call it in. Communications. This is Mountain Medics Ambulance 2 with Priority 2 traffic. How do you copy?
Mountain Medics, this is communications. We copy you loud and clear. Go ahead with your emergency traffic.
Communications. This is Mountain Medics Ambulance 2. I have yellow Priority 2 traffic. I have a 24-year-old male, possible fracture to the left ankle with obvious deformity and swelling after a ground level fall. We're requesting for a helicopter evacuation to LZ5. The patient's location is approximately half a mile west of drop point 4242. Coordinates are 41 degrees, 17.198 north by 122 degrees, 17.632 west. Break. Mountain Medics continuing. Repeating coordinates for patient location, 41 degrees, 17.198 north by 122 degrees, 17.632. This will be the Pickle Creek incident. On scene IAC is the task force leader, McCall. Patient care is under Mountain Medics Ambulance 2. Break. Mountain Medics continuing. Patient assessment, 24-year-old male, 96 kilograms, with 8 out of 10 left ankle pain and obvious signs of deformity. He has swelling and point tenderness at the site and cannot bear weight on his left ankle. He is alert and oriented. Skin signs are pink, warm, and dry. His CSM in his left ankle is intact, and there are no other injuries noted due to the fall. Break. Mountain Medics continuing. Blood pressure is 136/86, 136/86. Heart rate is 94/94. Respirations are 22/22. And his SpO2 is 100%, 100. He has no known allergies at this time. He's not taking any prescribed medications, and he has no pertinent previous medical history. Break. Mountain Medic's continuing. His treatment includes he has been splinted with an ice pack applied. 18 gauge IV has been established in his left AC, and we are preparing for ALS pain management. Evacuation location will be at LZ5, 41 degrees, 19.285 north by 122 degrees, 19.283 west. Repeating coordinates: 41 degrees, 19.285 north, 102 degrees, 19.283 west. Break. Mountain Medic's continuing. Patient's ETA to drop point 4242 is approximately 15 minutes. Transfer time from drop point 4242 to LZ5 is 15 minutes for a total of 30 minutes to LZ5. There are no known hazards at this time at LZ5, and we request a water tender to wet down the LZ prior to helicopter arrival. Break. Mountain Medic's continuing. Communications will be under Command Channel 2. Our air-to-ground channel will be CalCord, and our tactical channel will be NIFC TAC-5. NIFC TAC-5. Our contingency plan is to request for a local ambulance to meet at junction of Highway 10, Highway 10, and County Road 6 for patient transfer. ETA to that junction is approximately an hour and 20 minutes. We will update you with ETAs and the patient's condition as needed, and we will break for questions and orders.
Mountain Medics, this is communications. We copy your traffic loud and clear.
Sounds like we're good to go. Let's head out. Wow, that was an amazing 8-line. Just pat myself on the back there real quick. So let's talk about what was good about that 8-line. We gave clear, concise information. We took breaks when we needed to. Whenever we started to fumble or when we knew the repeater was gonna time out. I wrote eligibly so that way I could read it. And I wrote it beforehand so that way I could just read off of my notes and not try to go by memory when I am anxious. Thank you once again so much for joining me on learning about the 8-line. I'm excited to see your guys' 8-line out there, and be sure to practice, practice, practice. And remember, if you fail to prepare, you're only preparing yourself to fail. Thank you once again so much for joining us here at the Mountain Medics YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please go ahead and look at our radio and radio etiquette videos, as they will also help you prepare for delivering a good 8-line. If you have any questions about any of the protocols and equipment that we carry, feel free to check out the other videos.
Yeah. Communications, this is Mountain Medics.
Location, help. All right, so we're going to be doing All right, hang on. Standards and practices for calling. Let's just back up. You can keep it rolling.
Okay.
And action. Hi, my name is Skylar Bainbridge. The best outcome at life. So, dang it, that's poor choice of words. All right, let's go back. Oh, I'm so bad at this. I can't even think of what to say right now.
Okay.
Gosh, okay, all right.
We're good.
All right. Ready.
Alright.
Yo, how's it going, dude? Okay, all right.